everyone doing today? I'm Amy, and this is Dr. Dave.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Shore's Wellness Solutions.
And we have brought you into our home for today.
Look at that, smoothie making 101 in our house. But before we get started with smoothies, I wanted to say a big, huge congratulations to...
Woo! Oh, sorry, I gotta wait.
To 4 people who won a Catalan that we offered last week when we were doing our hormone class. So anyone who shared our hormone class with their friends and commented done in the comments so we could see that you've done that, won a free Catalan. So we had 4 people who did that, and I want to announce the winners real quick before we get started with the smoothie making challenge.
Okay.
So the first one is Brandy Ferlito, Teresa Hughes,
Way to go, Teresa and Brandy.
Linda Van Haren,
Thank you, Linda.
and Anna Hortola. So
Right.
thank you
Thanks,
so
Anna.
much for sharing and participating in our hormone class last week. We appreciate that. And so you all get a free bottle of Catalan. And you can, if you're in the area, you can pick it up in our office. Just message me and we can make arrangements, or we'll make sure we get that out to you. So
Perfect.
Good job. Keep sharing and keep letting people know about our classes and what we do. We appreciate it.
We do.
Yeah.
And so we are from Shore's Wellness Solutions, the Natural Health and Wellness Center. But as I said earlier, we've brought you into our home. And Amy is going to be doing most of the workshop today, because those that have been following us know that when I try and make a smoothie, it kind of comes out as a chunky.
He tends to make a little more of a chunky than a smoothie. So we're going to talk today about smoothie making and why should you make smoothies?
Quick and easy.
Can be. Sometimes it can be a little bit more challenging because depending on how many things you're putting in. But if you get in the habit of making a smoothie, it's very nutritious. So you get lots and lots of nutrients in your body in a very quick amount of time. I know I can't eat that much food at one time. I can't put all the things that I'm putting into my body in to get that many nutrients. So I like to make a smoothie at the beginning of the day so we can get jump started with lots of nutrition, lots of health and wellness, and really feel great. And when you start the day feeling well, and there's our dog, yay!
They are nutrient dense.
Yes, excuse us for 1 second. You get lots of nutrients in your body at a very, very quick rate. And it's a great way to start your day because, let's be real, you feel better. You can get started without the added caffeine. You get a great energy boost. And when you put nutrition into your body, when you start the day, you just feel better all day. And it helps keep you on course to do that throughout the day as well.
That's right. And if you get some good fats and proteins in your smoothie, that will help keep you satiated so that you don't feel that hunger during the day.
Right. So we're going to start with just a basic smoothie. We're going to give you a basic rundown. I'm going to make a quick one so you can see a simple way that we can put it together. But then if you want to get some recipes that are a lot more fancy and has a lot of different variations of different types of foods that you can put into your smoothies, make sure you put a message in the comments below and we'll make sure to get that sent out to you, because we have a compilation, is that a word?
Yes.
Like,
That's perfect word to
compilation.
use.
We have a whole compilation.
Of
I don't know where that word
smoothie
came
recipes.
from. Yes. So we're going to go through that right now. So one of the basics that you want to get started with when you're making a smoothie is putting a liquid in. So you can use water, you can use any kind of nut milk.
Yes,
Right?
you can.
I like my smoothies a little bit more liquidy. Some people like them a little bit thicker. So if you like it thicker, use some ice and use less liquid. If you want it a little bit more liquefied, which I tend to like, and I like it really cold. So I always add ice, and you want to make sure that you can add a little more liquid. So if it's too thick, just add more liquid at the end. So we're going to get started, and we started out with, we've got some cashew milk today. Want to make sure it's unsweetened because you don't want to get the added sugars.
May I?
Yeah, sure.
So all cashew milks, all nut milks are not the same. So when you go into the store, what I recommend is not a brand, but I recommend looking at the ingredients.
Right.
And the reason for that is the store that I got this at had an organic, their own organic cashew milk and then this brand that I ended up getting because I read the ingredients. And the one that was organic from the store was loaded with sugar, where this one is not. And that's why I got this one.
So we're gonna take some
Cashew milk.
I was like, what do we have? Cashew milk today. So we're gonna put the cashew milk in. So you want to start with about a cup, and I'm trying to see. I don't know. If anyone who knows me knows I don't measure anything.
Oh, absolutely not.
This one measures everything and does everything exact recipe. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't measure anything. Making coffee, nothing. Pour it in. When I'm doing smoothies, I pretty much eyeball most everything. It's very, very rare that I'm actually measuring, so I'm not really measuring today either. So that tells you how easy a smoothie is. And I actually like mine more liquidy, so I'm gonna add some extra water to it just because I already know that when I drink this, I'm gonna want it to be more liquefied.
So those are exact. I'm not telling you how much liquid is in there.
How much is in there?
2.5 cups.
Oh, see? So you want to start, we're making it for both of us, so a cup per person if you're going to make it for yourself. So here you go. We're gonna add that. Now you always want to start with some liquid. I'm gonna throw some ice in because I like mine cold. So you can put a couple ice cubes in as well. I'm just gonna throw a little handful in. Now it's a good way you can make, if you wanted to make your smoothie kind of like an ice cream consistency as well, you can also put in more ice, make it very kind of like an ice cream. So that's another option. So you want to start with some liquid. The next thing that's really important when you're making your smoothie is adding fat. Now we could throw in some chocolate bar.
Ooh, no.
Chocolate bar? No, we want really good fat.
Some good fat. So in a smoothie, you can put in olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil.
Flaxseed oil.
You can use flax seeds themselves. You can use avocados themselves.
Nuts are good.
Seeds.
Seeds. Nut butters. I tend to use a nut butter if I'm going to add it because it's kind of already creamy and I don't have to blend it as long because I'm always trying to run out the door pretty fast. But
you want to use good healthy fats. I'm sorry I cut you off.
That's right.
So we like to use Blue Ice organic coconut oil from Green Pastures. And how do you know this is real? Well, it's lower than 74 degrees in our house.
Right.
Therefore, this is a solid. And if it were 74 degrees or above, it would be a liquid. That's how we know it's real.
Oh,
so I'm going to let you do this so we get a smoothie.
As you can tell, so we keep a spoon in our coconut oil because we use it all the time. So we get the big jug. You don't have to get big. You can get a smaller one as well. But we use coconut oil for everything all the time. So I'm just going to take a tablespoon, sounds good to me, and scoop it out and just put a little bit into your blender. You can use more or less, but I know, I can tell when I haven't been getting enough fats in my diet because...
Put a rag right there for you, babe.
Oh, I was just gonna make my finger wet.
Oh, okay.
I guess there's a rag over here. Look at that. Thanks. Anyway, so you can always tell when you're not getting enough good fats in your diet as well. You tend to feel a little bit more sluggish. Your skin might not be as clear as you want it. And so it's really important to make sure you're getting good fats into your diet because it helps to balance hormones. There's a lot of other things. Brain function.
Heart function.
Yeah.
Joints.
So, yeah, you want to be able to move and do all the things that you want to do. So always add some good fat into your smoothie.
You know, and I won't get into the detailed history of it, but for the last 50 years, we've been talking about low-fat diet in the United States and tried to get the rest of the world to change over, and they haven't. But a low-fat diet actually leads to inflammatory diseases and much higher incidence. So it's so important to make sure your diet is at least 30% fat. And we actually have patients that we've had on 40, 50, and even 60% fat diets just to help them through the healing process.
Right.
So fats are really important.
And don't worry about, when you're eating good fats, you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I'm eating all this fat, I'm gonna gain weight. It actually does the opposite, because when your body is lacking the fats that it needs, it actually thinks like, oh my gosh, I don't know when I'm gonna be getting all this energy or nutrients in my body again. So it holds on to the fat, and now you're actually holding on to it rather than releasing it, right?
Correct. And when we eat carbohydrates and sugars, that turns to fat in our body, when we eat good fats, that turns to fuel.
Right. So we have our liquid, we have some ice, we have our coconut oil, and now we want to add some protein because it's really important to have protein in order to stay full longer and
supply protein to the body,
yes,
which is a good fuel source.
So I'm going to use SP Complete. This is just protein powder from Standard Process. And I like to use just the plain when I'm making my own smoothies because it doesn't have any flavors in it. Now you can also get them in vanilla or chocolate that are already done. But I like plain personally because I like to make a different flavor all the time. So I don't like the same thing every day. This one could eat the same thing every single day, and I like a variety. So if I get plain, I can rotate, my recipes out.
Exactly.
Yes. But if you're in a bind, you can also use these. If you can't make the smoothie, you can also use the shakes and just mix it up and take it on the go. So the vanilla and chocolate do come in handy if you need to have a fast fix.
Love the chocolate.
So we're going to put 2 scoops of protein powder in. Did you want to talk a little bit about the difference between protein powders? Because people are all over the place. They can get protein powder pretty much anywhere. But there is a big difference between the different types of protein powders. Do you want to talk about that while I put the scoops in?
Sure. Scoop slow.
Yes.
So not all protein powders are the same. The Standard Process has a few different ones. We're using the SP Complete, which has a whey base to it, and there's also different vegetables in there. There's 18 different vegetables in there. And so really great source of protein. 2 scoops gives you 17 grams of protein. They also make a vegan one, which is pea protein, pumpkin, and sesame seed base. It has the same thing, 17 grams of protein, but just really fantastic. So why Standard Process protein shakes versus others? The whey in this has not been denatured. It has not been cooked. It's in its raw form. And so the enzymes are still active. So when our bodies go to utilize that, you can utilize it where most people have a dysfunction. How do I want to say that? Most people can't handle cooked whey. So when you go to the store, in any of these stores or online, and you buy protein shakes that are whey based, if the whey has been cooked, it's denatured and it's very difficult to digest and can give you upset. Same thing with the vegan powders. Because the vegan one is still in its raw form, the enzymes are active, the vitamins are in their full complexes, the fats are in there, the proteins are in there, and the minerals as well. And so it's food for the body, not just a substance or a binder in a shake.
Right. And it has quite a bit of protein. How much?
About 17 grams.
I was like, oh yeah, I was checking. This one has 10. I think the close, 17 and 10. It's almost.
Oh, 10. Yep,
Yeah, but I think it's the veggie one that has a little bit higher content. So it just depends on what your body needs and what your body can handle. So everyone's a little bit different. So you'll know what works best for you. And if you're not sure, come on into our office. We can test you and see what's going to be best for you as well. So we've got our liquid, we've got our protein, we've got our fat. And I like to add added nutrients in my body. So I like to add greens to my smoothies. Greens give you lots and lots of nutrients. Okay, so
dark leafy greens are the best form of calcium.
Yes.
And then when we get into what we're adding, some kale.
Well, this actually, I like to buy it in bulk, and you can use lots of different greens. Spinach, if you're really new to greens and smoothies, and people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have a green smoothie, it's going to gross me out. Okay, so we're going to show you some ways that you can make it not look green, but still have all the health benefits. Now, spinach is an easy green to add that doesn't really change the flavor too much. Kale's a little bit more of a strong flavor, so you might have to work into that, but you can use any kinds of greens.
And we keep ours frozen so that it doesn't go bad, and it's all ready for us when we're ready to use it.
And I like my smoothies more icy, so I tend to take any kind of vegetable or fruit that I can and put it in the freezer and just have it prepped in there so I can have it already frozen, so it makes it icier as well. So what I like to use is, I like this Power Greens mix that has chard, kale, and spinach. I get a big, huge bag of it so we can keep it in the freezer and use it. And did you do 2 big handfuls?
I did 1. Didn't know if you wanted to.
I like 2 big handfuls.
Well,
That's
make sure
always,
it comes out smooth and not chunky.
well, we can add more liquid if we want to.
And
So-
this is high in cruciferous vegetables, which is really fantastic at helping to detoxify and clear out the liver,
right.
decrease estrogen levels in the body. So really fantastic for that.
So that's your basis for any smoothie. And now some people are going to say, ooh, gross. That doesn't sound very good, right? Well, there are lots and lots of recipes and things you can add. So you can add fruits, you can add vegetables, you can add essential oils to change the flavor of your smoothies, and different fruits as well. So I keep it frozen. This is a combination that I have right now. It's just a berry mix with kale as well. So we're gonna put a little bit of the berries in to the smoothie also, just to give it a little bit of a sweetness. I don't add I don't add honey, I don't add sugars or anything like that. I'll just put a little bit of fruit in as I'm making a mess. And one other thing that I like to add to my smoothies, and you don't have to, it's gonna be in some of the recipes that we're gonna give you, but I like to add cinnamon to my smoothies. Cinnamon is really good for balancing out your blood sugars.
That's right.
Right?
Mhm.
So, and I like the flavor of cinnamon or any of those kinds of spices. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon into mine. No, I don't measure. So I'll make sure when I give you some smoothie recipes, I'll come up with a little bit more of a measurement so you can have an idea. But feel free to play around with it and find out what you like and what you don't like. There's lots of options to add to it. Turmeric, you can add ginger, lemon. For detoxification, I tend to put a drop or 2 of lemon essential oil in just because it helps to flush things out from having it in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to add to that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's a basic smoothie. We're going to turn this on and
Be
blend
noisy
it
for a
up.
minute.
Sorry for the noise. Give me just a second. See if this works.
Every day is a day to celebrate. Some nice fancy glasses.
Wait, I do like fancy glasses. I feel like it's silly to take your fancy cups and your glasses and only use them on special occasions. Because why is it every day?
Every day is special.
My kids used to always say, Mom, every day's a celebration when they were small. So we've always used the fancy glasses. So here we go. See if this is any good.
Well, it's definitely not chunky.
Nope. I'm going to give you some. And like I said, if you like your smoothies that are going to be more like an ice cream texture where you're going to eat it with a spoon, just use more frozen fruits and vegetables, more ice, less liquid. If you like it more liquefied, I like it more liquefied, use more liquid.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
Nice.
Very good.
And a great job.
I might have a smoothie mustache, but
Just like
anyway. So that's just a simple way to make smoothies and to get a lot of nutrients in a very short amount of time throughout the day. So you can even make them throughout the day if you want. So
you can have more than one a day.
a lot of times I'll make a big one and then I'll have some in the morning and then I'll have a little bit more in the afternoon if I want it as a little snack or a little uplift, pick me up in the afternoon. So,
but I don't recommend it putting in the refrigerator for overnight because then it'll tend to oxidize and start to alter the flavor and break down the nutrients.
Yeah, so you want to try to do it as fresh as you possibly can. That's always going to be great. So anyway, we have lots of recipes that are available. That's a basic smoothie 101. If you'd like a copy of some of our favorite smoothies, there's lots of really great ones for different things, hormone balance, detoxification, all those things. We'll put a few of those together for you. Just message in the comments below and let us know that you'd like a copy of the smoothie recipes, and we'll get that sent out to you this week. And I also wanted to take a moment to challenge all of you to 7 days of smoothie drinking and making,
One
just
a
like
day.
this, one a day. So I would like to challenge you all to a 7-day smoothie challenge, okay? So in order to participate in the smoothie challenge, you're gonna commit for the next 7 days to make and drink one smoothie every day,
And if
okay?
it's chunky, that's okay too.
That's okay if it's a chunky. So I want to see your pictures on our page, Shores Wellness Solutions. I want you don't have to be in the picture if you don't want to, but I'd love to see your face. Let's just be real. I want to see your face if you want to. If not, post a picture of your smoothie, what kind of smoothie you made, on our Shores Wellness Solutions page for 7 days, okay? Anyone who participates for all 7 days and posts a picture will be entered to receive their own standard process
So they'll be entered.
protein
Everyone
powder.
who does that will be entered into a contest, and we'll have one winner.
We're gonna have one winner. We'll draw the name for all the people who
I
participate.
hope you're all feeling lucky.
And one of you will get your own. You can get the plain vanilla or chocolate, and you can choose if you would like the vegan or you'd like the regular way, whichever you prefer. We'd be happy to help you choose the right option for you that's going to be best for you. But anyone who participates for the next 7 days, posting their picture of the smoothie that they've made, we'll announce the winner next week after the 7 days. So starting tomorrow, I want to see all those smoothie pictures and posts, and make sure to share with all your friends. Post this on your pages, share with your friends, and let them participate as well, because we want to get everyone feeling great.
Healthy.
Yeah, and
Boost the
healthy.
immune system.
So that's about it, right? Anything else you want to add?
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today to learn a little bit more about smoothie making. We appreciate you. We want to see you all feeling great, feeling well, and I can't wait to interact with you all this week. I'll be posting pictures of our smoothies as well. Cheers. We'll be posting. So we'll give you some different recipes that we use, and let's try some fun ones. Let's come up with some great concoctions and share with each other, and let's
That's right.
feel great this week.
All right.
All right?
I'm Dr. Dave,
And I'm Amy
and we want to be your inspiration.
for healthy living. Bye,
Take
guys.
care.
Thank you.